Mr. Hooten's ready to answer some questions if you'd be, so, bombarding, but take care of it one at a time. And we'll understand as everybody gets what they do.
Richard, why don't you start with what you want to say to Tara's family?
I'm just sorry what happened, wish I could take it back,
Take us back. What happened Saturday morning?
I just lost it, left rodeos, friends and my girlfriend. I came back, she was sitting on the steps. When I went back to my apartment, I come back out, she was still sitting out there. I was just gonna hang out, so we went in her apartment. Started hanging out there.
When did you know? When did you decide that you were going to attack her? Did you plan it?
I didn't really plan it, I didn't really plan it or nothing like that because I went into her apartment and then, she was a pretty girl, But I didn't know she was 17. I thought she was like 19 or 20,
Would that have made any difference?
Not really. Maybe a little bit because she's, a minor, 17 years old. To me, it's a minor,
But you're a rapist, you've admitted.
I mean, I know that. I never raped nobody younger than me. It's always older.
She was crying and telling you not to do this. Why did you continue to do that?
I just lost it in my head. Just lost control.
Were you under the influence? Were you drinking on any drugs?
I went on drugs. I was drinking earlier, at the house.
Had she been drinking, or was she under any influence?
I don't know. I don't know if she was drinking or not.
It seems you said this is far from the first time this has happened. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
How many times has this happened?
I got accused for rape like 3 or 4 times.
You've been to prison for rape 3 or 4 times? How many rapes have there been that you haven't been to prison for?
None.
Are there other crimes you've committed that you haven't gone to prison for?
Not right now.
What crime are they investigating in Louisville?
That's a crime I did a rape over.
You just said that you didn't
I
do it.
committed that. I committed that rape. I told him.
When was that?
That's around January, around the 1st.
Who was it?
I can't remember her name. I met her at the bar.
Can you tell us what happened?
What bar was it, do you remember?
It's not too far from where I met her. I can't remember that bar, but the bar I committed the crime was Old Ollie's.
Where's
And what
that?
happened there?
It's over on Old 3rd Street.
Okay.
So how old is she?
About 50, 40 something.
After you were released from prison in Georgia in 2008, what brought you to Clark County?
That's where my family was. My family, they all live over there in Indiana.
Are you from here originally? The original charges were from Jefferson County, and then there were ones in Georgia, and then...
No, I'm originally from Kentucky.
So your family is here in Clark County?
No, they're in Charlestown.
Okay.
Why do you rape women?
I don't know.
Can you help yourself?
In the affidavit, police released yesterday, it said that that you knew you were going to rape her. Is that not true? Or that you told police that you knew ahead of time that this was going to occur?
I didn't tell her.
Did you get a feeling of any sort before coming into her house?
I mean, she was a pretty girl, I didn't want to have sex with her,
How do you feel about murdering Tara?
Pretty bad. I wish I could take it back.
How did that happen? How did it go from just... You've obviously raped women before. Why did it increase to murder?
I was just having sex with her and anxiety on me, I guess, when I had my hands around her throat and I just kept going and going, I didn't know how strong I was really putting pressure on her, I was choking.
Why did you keep going when she was crying and telling you no and
Even
clearly
after
in
she
a lot
stopped
of
breathing?
I just blocked it out, when thinking about it after it was too late.
And then when you saw that she was no longer breathing, take us through what you did next. It looks like you tried to cover it up.
Well, what I did, I took her off the bed and tried to give her CPR and mouth to mouth, trying to revive her. And I did that for like 10 to 15 minutes, trying to get her back, and I couldn't. And I just acted like, she did it herself, so I tied up one of her aprons or whatever around her neck, and then I left.
Why didn't you call police or ambulance at that time?
I was scared because I ain't did that crime.
Mr. Hooten, people who are charged with murder and rape usually don't speak out and tell us details about what they did. Why are you doing this?
I'm just trying to, give y'all closure of what happened, and everything, and help our family.
What do you think should happen to you now? Now that you're behind bars, do you think you should stay there?
Oh, yeah. I know that I need help,
Prosecutors are considering making this a death penalty case. What do you think about that?
But if they want to take my life for life, that's fine.
What were her last words to you?
She didn't really say nothing.
Was she shocked when you attacked her?
Mm-hmm.
She was just begging you to stop.
Yes.
What do you remember her saying to you?
She just said, just don't, just leave.
Have you killed anybody else before?
Can you tell us about
Under counseling or treatment? You didn't have to get that in Georgia in prison?
In prison, all they did is you go to these classes, but them classes wasn't really nothing.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental disabilities or?
When I was younger, my parents sent me some children's homes and classes, whatever you call them.
Were you doing inappropriate sexual things back then?
when did this all start for you? When did you do your first rape?
I don't even remember.
In your 20s, in your teens?
That's in the 20s.
Can you put a number on how many people you've raped?
Maybe 4 or 5.
When you got out of prison, did you feel that you'd do this again?
You're admitting to all of this. Do you have intentions to plead guilty?
That's why I'm waiting on my lawyer.
You said that you think you need treatment. For
No.
what? For what? Describe it. For what?
This counseling, because, I'll be hearing things in my head, and stuff like that,
What type of things?
I just need to get my doctor for that.
So her fiance came and talked to you. What did he say to you?
He come over and he knocked on the door. My girlfriend opened the door and said, something about his girl's laying there dead or something. So I went back over, then I came back over. And then they called 911.
But he asked you to call 911, right?
Did you place, did you make that call?
I
Did your
have.
girlfriend make that call?
I don't know who made it. Somebody in there did. I don't know who did.
Did you act like you didn't know anything about it?
Mhm.
Can you tell us how Tara Westwood reacted to you when you asked her if you guys could hang out that
She
night?
said, sure. So the one in her place said, I watch TV.
Was she friendly to you?
Mm-hmm.
So she was a very innocent person that was just being nice to you, and you took advantage of her.
Richard, what time did this take place? Was it as soon as you got back from the bar, or was it closer to 3 o'clock in the morning before your?
It was earlier than that. It's probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
What'd you do between 1 and 3 o'clock when
We was over at the Rojo's, and I left there. Then I went back to the apartment, hanged out there with one of their friends. Then I left and went over. She was sitting outside on the step.
How long was it between when you left her apartment after raping and killing her and her fiance came and knocked on your door and told you about this?
I left there probably about 1:30, I guess. So 2 o'clock, something like that.
And what did you do in the time in between? You just hung out at your apartment?
Mm-hmm. got my stuff together.
How can you kill a person and just remain so calm?
I wasn't calm, I was nervous, you know. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do, because I just did a terrible crime. All I did is, I got my stuff in the back, put it over by the door. And later on, then they came back. And not too long after they got back, they came over knocking on the door. So then that's when everything started. And then I took off, that's when I left.
Mr. Hooten, we'll ask you this again. Have you killed anyone else before?
Nope.
What do you want people to know about you?
I don't know. Did a terrible crime, I know that. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Except for her family, you know, I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry because of what I done to them.
Has this really sunk in with you?
Do you have children?
Yes,
How old are they?
got a son about 24
Where's he at?
in Georgia.
How many stints in prison did you do? 3? 3 times in prison? How many years total?
I guess maybe 15.
So about a third of your life you spent in prison.
You've continued to rape women. What do you get from that?
Nothing.
You know, why do you do
I don't,
it? Are you just sick?
I guess.
What you did to her was so violent. Taking the candle.
Uh-huh. That's why I quit, that's why I didn't do it anymore. But
If she had lived, would you think you would have done it again? Or multiple times?
there's no,
To other people?
I don't know.
Had you ever hung out with her before in, you know, a friend group setting, you know, your girlfriend and her boyfriend or anything like
But she knew who you were from being in the area,
Right,
and she knew the people you hung out with, so it was a big group.
yeah. But I never really know her that well. I just asked her boyfriend at one time about getting a fifth of whiskey and gave him $10 for it. That's the first time I ever spoke to him.
Did you buy alcohol from her earlier that day?
I think Chris did.
How did you select her to do this crime to?
Opportunity?
I guess.
The lady in Louisville, what ended up happening after you raped her? Did she just go on her way or you
Yeah.
let her go?
And she went on her way.
And you have no idea who she is?
I can't remember what her name was. We just met that one time at the bar,
And you raped her at the bar or where?
behind the bar,
that? Which bar?
Old Alley's.
And so you raped her, then you just took off? Nobody ever talked to you about it before any of this stuff?
If her family was in this room, what would you say to them right now?
Just tell them I'm sorry, you know, wish I could take it back.